This was my first year doing art fight and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had been putting it off for a couple of years just with how things were in life, and I just didn't think it would be a good experience, but I was wrong and I thought it was definitely worth my time and I enjoyed it. But here's the question a lot of people who aren't already part of it ask themselves. Is it worth it for them? Firstly, for those of you who don't know what Art Fight is, it's an annual event held on a specific site dedicated to creating free works of art for people and possibly getting some free art in return. You are assigned to one of two teams and each year is different. This year it was vampires and werewolves. I think it's been sugar and spice in previous years, and so on and so forth. Once you create an art piece for someone, you're then assigned a certain amount of points based on how much effort's put into it and what kind of art it is. So line art has less points than completed full art pieces, and so if your team wins, you don't actually get any prizes except for bragging rights. So that's the overall view of it, but many people wonder, well, if I'm making free art for people online, am I getting anything in return? The short answer is maybe. This year I was only able to do 11 attacks in total, and 3 of them were for revenges. So out of the 8 pieces I made for random people online, only 1 of them got back to me and did a revenge attack, which means I made an art piece for them and they made one back. If someone has attacked me and made an art piece for me, I've gave them back in a revenge. But in most cases, the free art that I do from people don't return back, even if they state they do in their bio. Now, I'm not in this to turn a profit or anything like that, but I was surprised that it was that low. Again, I didn't make that much artwork, so it's probably higher if you've been doing it for longer, you have more credibility, and of course more art to your name. Still, I think it is a little weird when people say they will revenge everyone, especially if they say they will revenge you if you have a certain character and you seem to have that character, and then they don't. It's just a little misleading, but then again, I'm not expecting too much. So is it worth it? Well, it being worth it is subjective. If you want to get a bunch of free art without putting any effort into it, Art Fight maybe is worth it for you. If you were to upload a bunch of your characters to one account and then do the same on multiple other accounts, you probably have a higher chance of getting free art and running away with it. But the less you create in return, the less you're going to appeal to people, and they probably won't ever attack you again. Other people won't attack you because your battle ratio, which is how many pieces of artwork you return for the ones you get for free, will be lower. So that's not really cool. However, if you want to make tons of art for free and give them out to people, expecting nothing in particular in return, this is definitely the place for you to go. You can randomize characters, search for tags. If you want to make art and know you'll get art in return, as an almost solid guarantee, this probably isn't the best place for you, and I'd just say stick to a normal art trade. Here it's based on the surprise element and the joy you get from giving and receiving. If you don't like that, then no, this isn't worth it. I do quite enjoy the surprise and anticipation side of it because I like logging on randomly and seeing that someone's done art of my character as a revenge or a random attack. I like seeing the art that I've made for other people be reviewed nicely and they're like, I'm so happy you made this. It makes me happy. It makes it worth it to me. Now, going back to what I said earlier, depending on what the art is you create, you will receive a score of points based on what you tag it as. If you choose wrong, people can report you for that, and then it gets reassessed by one of the staff members or maybe an algorithm, I'm not sure. But most people don't care because free art's free art. I know I don't care enough to go and reassess things. I'm just happy that people are looking at my characters and they want to draw them. That's so cool. Now, moving on to my next point. How do people react to getting free art? Now, most people are genuine and so happy that you gave them free art of their character, regardless if they plan to return the favour and give you free art. It's always nice to go to someone whose character doesn't have any art attacks against it and give them something, especially if it's one that they've, put down that they've wanted art of. It's nice to give them that. However, you will get the one odd person who just shoots you a private DM and asks you to change a bunch of stuff about the free art you've made. But in my short experience with this sort of request, ignore them, it's not worth it. Please don't give attention to these people. You're giving them free art, make the little change if you want, but if they start getting pissy or start being assholes, just don't. Just ignore them. Anyway, I have had such a good time this year with Art Fight, despite not doing as much as I would have liked. That's just life. I've already got some characters lined up for next year on my bookmarks, and hopefully I can get to them. As for what I got in return, I'm so happy to share them with you. They are completely unexpected. I'm so grateful to the people who've created art of my weird little creatures. I'll probably be uploading more characters, updating refs and so on, you know, general furry character chores before next year starts. If you have an art fight and you want to possibly get something for myself, link it in the comments. I might just send you something next July if I bookmark your character and remember. I probably will. I have them all bookmarked and labelled what I want to do with them. I won't be showing them. I don't want to spoil anything. I think Art Fight is genuinely worth it if you want to make people happy or you want to get some free art alongside making other people happy. But if you're just in it for the profit, you can probably get away with it a little bit, but that's not what Art Fight's about. It's about giving back to the community. It might not be as much as you want, but I think it's worth it. I think the satisfaction of seeing someone happy that they've got free art of a character that's never been paid much attention is so nice. But I'll see you next week and possibly next year on Art Fight.